Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Loren Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dot modifiers, like these, and line modifiers, like these, in conjunction with four different shaped letter stems. So there's the deep divot stem, which looks kind of like, where's a deep divot? There might not be any deep divots in this design. There are no deep divots in this design. A circle inside the word circle, which looks like this or these guys. A shallow divot stem, which can be connecting the circles like these, or just by themselves hanging out on the word circle. And then last but not least, circles on the line of the word circle. So like this, or this. And then vowels are tricky. They're smaller circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached to one of the four consonant stems. And vowels also can have line modifiers on them, which if a vowel has a line on it, it's either an I or a U. And then the direction the line goes matters. So if it's an I, the line goes towards the middle, and if it's a U, the line goes outwards. So let's go ahead and start reading this design. To read this script, you start at the bottom and then go counterclockwise, which is why I have this arrow here on the key. So anyway, let's look back at our design when we start at the bottom. So this is the very last thing we read, and that's the period at the end of the sentence. And this is the very first thing we read. This is our first word. And then the bottom of that word circle is here. So we'll start here and continue around. And here's our first letter, and it's one of those small vowel circles. And it has a line on it, and the line is going towards the middle. So that makes it an I. And then we continue around. Here's our next stem. It's a shallow divot stem, so we're in this row, and there are no modifiers, so this is just the letter T. So it, and then this double line is an apostrophe. I don't have punctuation on the pocket guide, but two parallel lines is an apostrophe. And then we have a shallow divot here, this shallow divot taken out of the word circle. And on the line of the stem, we have 1, 2, 3 modifying lines. So the thickness of the lines doesn't matter. If they go inwards or outwards doesn't matter. What matters is if they end on it. So 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it makes that an S. So this first word is its, and then we continue around the sentence circle until we hit our next word. Bottom of it's here. This is our first letter. It's a circle on the line of the word circle, so we're in this row, and there are no modifiers, so it's a TH, and then we have an E. So E's, I's, and U's are all in the same position, which is on the line of the word circle. So this is an E because it's by itself. So the, and then we have this big old thing, and if we look at this like a word circle, there's no modifiers on it at all whatsoever, so we just kind of skip it. I just put this bold ring around here to kind of put emphasis on this word because it's kind of the main word of the sentence. So we start at the bottom of the actual word circle here, and this is our first stem. It's a shallow divot shape, so we're in this row, and even though there's a line passing through it, only lines that end on it count. So remember how there were line modifiers on this one, and they counted where they ended on it? Well, nothing ends on this, so this is just another T like this. And then we have another I line going towards the middle of the word circle. Continuing around, here's our next stem. It's a circle inside the word circle. So we're in this row, and there are 1, 2, 3 modifying lines. So that makes it an N. And then hanging out inside the N, we have a vowel. And this is a vowel that is part of that consonant. So you read the consonant first and then the vowel. And we look at that consonant stem, and we see the position of the vowels. And this is an E hanging out inside the middle of it. If we're on the line of the consonant, then it would be an O, and if it were outside the word circle, it would be an A. So this is an E. So E's can be inside consonant stems as well as on the line of the word circle. So this is an M and then the E. So T-I-M-E. So time. Continuing around, here's our next word, bottom of it's here. This is another TH, just like that TH. Here's an A outside the word circle, and then another T, just like this T or that T. So T-H-A-T, that. Continue around. This is just a decoration on the sentence circle. You can put those divots wherever you like. There's only one divot on the sentence circle because there was only one space I wanted to fill in with something. Otherwise, just punctuation goes on the sentence circle. So this doesn't mean anything, but we continue around to our next actual word, which is here. The bottom of it's here. Our first letter is here. 1, 2, 3 lines on this M, just like this M. Continuing around, here we have a vowel, and it's outside the word circle. And this vowel's kind of tricky because it's an A, which is outside the word circle, but it's close to both of these words. So this was that sentence circle thing. But we're going to go ahead and read it in context was the first thing we see. So we're going to pretend it goes here until proven otherwise. So M-A, and we have this shallow divot with no modifiers. And there are 2 lines here. So this is a double line, and because it's a double line, it's a double letter. And because the lines are the same thickness, it's the same letter twice. So this is a double T. So just like this T or that T, this is a T, except it's got 2 lines, so it's a double letter. So TT. Continue around, here's an E. And then we have a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 dots. And this is another stacked stem, except they're 2 different thicknesses of lines. So it's 2 different letters. We read the thin one first, which is this one, before going to the thick one. So the thin one has 3 dots closest to it. So that makes it an R. And then this thick one has 1, 2, 3 lines on it, making it an S, done just like this S. So let's go ahead and think about our A, and this would be M-A-T-T-E-R-S, which is the word matters. Therefore, the A belongs here in this word, because the A can only count 1 time. So it's got to live here, otherwise it wouldn't be a word. So matters, and then comma. And then we have our next word, bottom of it's here. This is a circle inside the word circle with 1 line on it, so that makes it an N. And then we have a little O hanging out on it like a bead on a string. So N-O and then another T, so not. Here's another TH, just like this TH, and then another E, just like that E. So the, and then we have our very last word here. Bottom of it's here. Our first letter is a circle inside the word circle with 1, 2 lines ending on it. So that would be a P. Then we have an E hanging out inside it. Continue around, here's a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 dots by it. So it's another R, just like this R. Continue around, here's that tricky A again. And again, this A can only count once, and we know it lives here, so it can't live here, so we skip it. And then we have this shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So that's another S, just like these S's. And then we have an O, and then another N, 1 line on it, just like that N. So P-E-R-S-O-N, so person. So then the period at the end of the sentence. And these punctuation marks, you can choose to have them or choose not to have them. If you don't want the punctuation, they would just be gone and not there. Anyway, but it's the time that matters, not the person. So there's your quote. I hope you like it. I'm really happy with the layout of this design, and I chose to put emphasis on the word time and matters because that seemed to be the meaning of the quote. So time matters. So yeah, bye. I hope you like your design.